Hello, hello everybody. This is Cameron here with the recording of the Jackie Pepper interview. She is from the Comcast Sports Network in New England. She's worked there. She has her own blog. It's pepperonsports.tumblr.com. She's got some great stories there, and she's joining us right now via the phone. She's going to talk about Tim Tebow facing the Patriots and the playoff race for both the NFC and the AFC. First, I want to start off with the AFC playoff pictures. The Patriots and the Broncos in the playoff picture in the mix. Denver, they're up ahead in their division. Patriots seem like they're okay and they'll clinch. Do you think Denver, at the end of the road, will clinch this division and get in the playoffs?
You know what? I do at this point. It's kind of hard to bet against Tim Tebow right now. I mean, I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. And I'm sure John Elway and John Fox are in the same predicament. They probably can't believe what has happened before their very eyes. But at this point, 7-1, how can you bet against Tebow? I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to bet for him, but I can't go against him either. I'm kind of in limbo right now.
Okay, and we look at the Patriots. Yeah, they have a tough task in Mile High against Denver, but again, the Jets, all the Patriots need is a win or a Jets loss. The Jets are facing the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you see that the Jets will scare the Patriots, or should this be safe and locked and loaded for going to the playoffs?
At this point, again, I wouldn't bet against the Patriots either. I do worry about them in the postseason, seeing as that they've lost their first round playoff games since their Super Bowl season. So I wouldn't necessarily bet on them come playoff time, but in the regular season, I'm not worried about the Jets at this point. The Patriots, this is the hardest matchup I think for anyone to predict at this point in the game is the Denver Patriots matchup, because you really, in a weird way, you trust so much in both teams. With the Patriots, you have to trust their offense. They are spectacular offensively. And with the Broncos, they're interesting because you can trust their defense and their offense, but only the offense late in the game, whereas the Patriots have the worst defense in the NFL, even though they have an AFC leading 18 interceptions, which is really interesting. So something I think we'll definitely see this weekend, even though Tim Tebow only has 2 interceptions on his record this season, I have a feeling Kyle Arrington, defensive back of the Patriots, is going to get his hands on an errant Tim Tebow pass. I don't know, it just came to me yesterday. We'll see if it comes true, but I have a feeling, so look out for that.
Again, the Patriots, I always stress this on my show that they are, yes, they do give up a lot of yards, but time and time again in the red zone, they make crucial stops. They just make enough stops. They just get enough turnovers to win games. Another team like that, Houston, they have TJ Yates. They're still getting it done. They got it done against the Bengals. Do you think they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender and possibly walk off hoisting the Lombardi Trophy?
No, I just don't see that with Houston. I think they have too many injuries to make it to a Super Bowl game. When you have a guy like Andre Johnson who's having problems, Mario Williams is out. Even though they've done a great job without Williams, TJ Yates, to have a quarterback with no experience take you into and not even start from the beginning of the season, but to take you into the Super Bowl season before. Listen, it can happen, sure, but I just saw ESPN's Ron Jaworski on, I don't know, some show on ESPN the other day, and he was saying that he's been a TJ Yates fan since forever because he was a 4-year starter in college, and he thinks that really has helped him in these couple weeks in the NFL, acclimating to the situation, because he's been a starter for so long in the college game that it hasn't been that tough of a transition for him. But I don't know. I just have a really hard time picturing the Houston Texans as they stand right now hoisting a Lombardi Trophy. I just can't see it. Could it happen? Sure, but I would not bet on that at all. Not a chance. which is a shame because this was supposed to be their year. If the Texans were ever going to finally get over the hump, this was supposed to be it. With Peyton Manning going down, obviously the Colts have been, I think, more disastrous than anybody expected. You don't expect a team to be winless at this point, ever, no matter who's on their roster or who isn't. And then with the situation in Tennessee, losing Jeff Fisher, Vince Young, it was just supposed to be their year, and it could be, but I'm just not seeing it long-term in terms of the playoffs.
Okay, I know a lot of people in the NFC and any fans out there, they can imagine the Green Bay Packers hoisting a Super Bowl trophy. For some odd reason, and I know they're most likely going to go 16-0. Everyone thinks they're going to go 19-0. There's something in me because, and I'm going to be kind of biased here, I am a Patriots fan, and I saw it in 2007, and this Packers team doesn't seem as dominant as the 2007 team for New England. I just don't see a Super Bowl for Green Bay. I have a feeling that maybe the Saints will stop by or someone in the AFC will stop them. Do you see Green Bay winning the Super Bowl this year?
In theory, yes, I do. But, again, I have these weird premonitions. Do they always come true? No. But sometimes I get these thoughts stuck in my head, and I keep them there, and they don't leave until it's proven in real life. So something that I've been saying for, I think, the last 4 or 5 weeks ago, this came to me. I think, and we'll see if I'm right, that the Green Bay Packers will go undefeated to the Super Bowl, meet the Patriots, and the Patriots will pull off a New York Giants-esque win over the then undefeated Packers. So, wouldn't that be the best drama ever? Could you imagine how great that would be?
I actually was thinking about that. That's pretty ironic. I for some odd reason, I was thinking that the New England Patriots were going to face in the Super Bowl against the Packers, and it's going to be something similar to the Giants-Patriots game in the Super Bowl. That's pretty weird. I thought I was like the only person thinking about that, but I guess you're on the same page too. So,
what would be more dramatic than that? Like, to me, that is the best. Not only is it the best possible matchup talent-wise, Brady versus Rodgers, are you kidding me? Even if you look at last season when Green Bay came to New England and they had, what's his name, Matt Flynn?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers missed a couple games, back concussion. Even that game with Matt Flynn, Green Bay almost won that game, and to me, that was one of the most exciting games of all of last season. So, to put two of the best guys, both Super Bowl winners, up against each other in the biggest game of the season, I'm praying it happens. Even though there are other teams I'd love to see in the Super Bowl, I would love to see the Saints back in the Super Bowl. Hell, I'd like to see the 49ers play for a Super Bowl, the Ravens. There are a lot of teams that I think would be really great and fascinating to see in that game. But to me, it would get no better than the Packers and the Patriots together.
So, really quickly, I want you to give your picks of the Patriots and Broncos and the Buccaneers and Cowboys. Let's start off with the Patriots and the Broncos. Who do you think wins this game?
You're going to hate me, but I can't pick. I just can't pick. My dad asked me the same question this morning before I called you. He said, so, who's it going to be? And I said, I don't know. He said, what do you mean you don't know? You're a sports reporter. You got to make a pick. But like I said, I cannot at this point bet against Tim Tebow, and I cannot bet against Tom Brady. I'm going to have to see how it unfolds. That one is way too hard for me. I think it would be interesting if it was a Patriots blowout, though. I think that is a possibility.
Yeah.
But if it's not, I see it coming right down to the end. And let's see, who'd you say? Cowboys, Bucks?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that right now, but you can go ahead. Go ahead.
The poor Buccaneers. Ugh. I don't like to ever take the Cowboys because they're always good for a letdown, but even against the Bucks, you got to take the Cowboys. Tampa is just in a downward spiral. I'm not sure where it all went wrong because I do like Raheem Morris, and sadly, Josh Freeman is my backup quarterback in fantasy. I'm trying to get rid of the guy because it's a disaster. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys tonight.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in the Bucks. I thought this was going to be their year where they're going to be a threat in the playoffs and they might scare a few teams. They should have beat Green Bay too in Green Bay, but I'm just saying that's what I think. I think Tampa Bay is a really underestimated team. Thank you for joining us, Jackie Pepper. We hope to have you next time. We really enjoyed it, and we hope to see you down the road.
You got it. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, bye-bye. So that was Jackie Pepper from the Comcast Sports Network. This is a recording from the Sports Guru Network.